In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, know the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, know the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then, I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme science, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white, heaped curd-like cloud, O loaves on Tsongkhapa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit, field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. On to you. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginning last time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector, from depths of our hearts we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable Gurus, from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast, profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and all, and may it bring venerable loaves on Tsongkhapa's essential teachings specially shine forever. Chen Rezik Dream Ekien Pe Wang Po Jam Pel Yang De Pung Ma Lu Jom Se Song We Dok Gang Chen Ke Pe Tsu Gian Tsongkhapa Loaves on drug Pe Jab La Sil Wat Dep. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajgriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whatever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no eye element and so forth up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Teata gate gate para samgate bodhi soha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, child of the lineage. So it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One has said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis, Akatsamartsa Shadar Samayepe, Akatsamartsa Shadar Samayepe, Akatsamartsa Shadar Samayepe, Akatsamata Shasaramare Pe Teata Om Gatek Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Soha. Through the power of the truth of the exalted three jewel speech, may all undecided negativities such as the four Maras be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shante Kriya Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness. Bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Grand perfume, anointed flowers, strewn for lands, sun and moon adorned, seen as Buddha, filled and offered, thus Jetsun Lama Dampai Kenam Ki Chukukala Kien Se Trin Jim Tat Sampe Dolgen Zen Ma Lazam Ye Chuki Shapawam Tu Edam Guru Ratna Mandala Kamneyatayami Shadan Sogi Chanam La Changchun Badu Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Chinyan Gipe Sanam Ki Drola Penchi Samge Drupasho Chodan Sogi Chanam La Changchu Badu Dani Kyapsuchi Adagi Chinyan Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Penchi Sange Drupasho Chodan Sogi Chognam La Changchu Badu Dani Kyapsuchi Dagi Chinyan Gipe Sunam Ki Drola Penchi Sange Drupasho.
everyone say, I'm good. Anyway, it's very wonderful. We all come together to a little bit discussion about Buddhism. Then usually we have many different religions. All the religions, we all have to accept very benefit large sentient beings. The all religions, most religions, make benefit large sentient beings. And also many sentient beings, some human beings. Some people believe the religion, some people not really believe the religion. Doesn't matter. If you believe some kind of religion, then you have something to, refuge, whenever you have something, situation, you can say, oh, I pray for Buddha or God or something, teacher. Then also, all the religions use the different method through the wisdom. They are not same. Because we all human beings, not same idea, same believer. It's believer? Okay, so same belief. Therefore, we need to many different kind methods, ideas to become better person. Therefore, all the different religions. Even Buddha's teaching, even Buddhism, there are many different kind schools. The reason for many different kind of religions. Then some religions, say just, pray the Buddha or God, then this is enough. Then some say you can make for very hard work for your body. Maybe don't wear the clothes sometimes, Maybe sometimes you don't eat them, many days. Then you make how much do you make hard working for your body. That is very good. And some religions say you can look the sun or moon. However, then you become, Buddha or God. Many different kinds. Then Buddhism is not like that. Not that kind of Buddhism, that kind of religion. They give for all complete job for us. No one can take our sufferings for, like wash our cloth. So take all the dirt for our cloth. Not like that. The doctors take for our some disease, the operation they take out, not like that. Then now they can transport some other people's liver, some other people's liver, not like that. And the Buddha say, I cannot do like that. How can I help? Whatever I have experienced, whatever I practice, then I explain for you. Then is practice or not, that's your hand. Right? The chefs cook, chefs make food, put our table on the plate. If you eat or not, if you eat, you will fall. If you not eat, it doesn't matter food's there. The chef job's done, the waiter's job's there, but we don't eat. Therefore, we usually always say, all sentient beings same as us. Even any tiny insects. Okay, we don't see that, we have to use that microscopes. Whoever who has feeling, they are the same as us. They wish to be happy. They don't wish any sufferings. But many beings that doesn't know how you become big happy. Then human intelligence is the very, human's mind or intelligence very intelligent, very sharp. We can do anything if we do. Then we always have to set up the motivation, perfect motivation, benefit for all sentient beings. Therefore, I'm going to study Buddha's teaching. I hope to achieve enlightenment. Then I will help to others. Whenever we wish to others to be happy, not just mouth. If you really wish your others happy to your mind, then you are very comfortable always. Right? Whatever we have problems, the main cause is always me, I. They bring to all the problems. For example, we don't need to others to harm for us. For example, someone do another person, then who do the person they wish to say, maybe they will give me something, or maybe they say, so thank you for me. If you're wearing that, right? You're wearing that. Then the other person maybe forgot, or maybe they doesn't say the front of you or front of other people, oh, he or she is very good, very thank you. Then we feel sad. Because we wish to say someone said good thing for us, the other person doesn't say. We feel sad. Right? This happen? Mm-hmm. We have somebody. Therefore, usually we don't want to wish like that. Whatever we do actions, we say, don't looking for others. I hope others looking for me good, or how you say, others.
So others will think good about you.
Others think good of you. If you do actions, the others doesn't say good about you, then you feel very sad. This suffering, who bring? You bring. You say, I. Therefore, this is very important all the time for us. Try to a little bit put hot water to very strong I. Every day, a little bit. Then one day, it'll be very soft. Then we can do anything. Then, if every morning we recite the text, don't do any non-virtuous actions. Is correct? Yes. Is correct? Okay. Right? Yeah. Why we are not allowed to do any non-virtuous actions? Then we have to be looking for the result for the non-virtuous actions. Shantideva said, we wish to the happiness, but we destroy all the cause for happiness. We wish to free from all the sufferings, but we running all the time, all the day, 24 hours for the cause of the sufferings. Is it? Yes. Okay. Therefore, always think about the results. If you understand the results, then very easy to understand, stop the cause. Therefore, don't do any non-virtuous actions. The non-virtuous action means whatever your body, speech, mind, action, they bring you now or later suffering or unhappiness. Is it unhappiness? Yes. Correct. That's action we call non-virtuous actions. If you know the actions, then easy to be all very careful to don't running the cause, right? We all know, go to the highway, over 80 hours you driving, then cops can catch you. Right? Everybody knows, right? They were very careful, right? We know the result. When you go to very fast, the cops catch, they give you big ticket numbers. We not action. We not scared that cops. They don't beat us. We scared that the numbers. Right? Then wait a second. If they put, then my insurance will go away. Then all my pockets. Right? We have all understand our mind. Therefore, really we care for. If we find opportunity, we go very fast. We always, we always really careful, right? Even we go to downtown, very difficult to find the parking. That we try to very wrong. We don't want to give, get the ticket because we scared the result. Therefore, we don't want to do the action. Therefore, Buddha said, don't do any non-virtuous actions. Your mind, body, speech, mind. Then, what means non-virtuous action? What action brings for you the unhappiness? Is correct? Unhappiness? Example, when you even you just thinking here, just you relax, maybe you watch TV or maybe big coffee here, just relax, you think about maybe yesterday someone told you some unhappy words, unpleasant word, then you say, why she told me that? Maybe she doesn't like, maybe they don't like me. Maybe there's something. Then you have more, you create more.
Yeah.
Oh, he did maybe before long time he did that. Again, second one. Now I have to do something. You will relax that. You making create more energy to yourself. Not just we all, Then tomorrow you start to actions, How can it be? Maybe nice. You go to open the computer, use emails, Therefore, this kind of actions, you're not happy, because why he or she said me that why she would have done you month very busy. Your body says said that your month very busy. Then you are not happy. Even you sleep try to go bed, you have to run thinking, then get up, some water, drink some waters, maybe go to the others a little bit stretched because you create the lot, what's that, wrong direction things. They makes you unhappy. Then of course you really, doing the action, you say something directly, of course then other person also same as you, gives another reason, then you back it up, what is a back from, say each other, back for then bigger. Then Lord create big problems. If you don't do that, someone says something bad or something, you don't care, just it's okay. That doesn't cause me. Then those actions cannot harm for you because you can stop. Therefore, very important for our body, speech, mind is keep control. Lama Tsongkhapa say, you're your teacher. He said, I'm not your teacher. You're your teacher. You can control yourself. Right? We know whatever we do, right? I don't know what you guys thinking, Everybody what you thinking, then we said is very funny things, Therefore, you know what you're doing, you know what you're thinking. Then if you know this is good or bad, then you can control very easily, Therefore, the non-virtuous actions, you can, thinking, you can speech, you can action. Whatever actions you bring to you person unhappy, they're called non-virtuous actions. This is a man. Behind that we say I, me. The man causes that I. Then whenever you think about really, you think about other beings, you're always happy. For example, sometimes, we also have to show something, maybe, a little rougher action for others. For example, now their mothers. Mothers have very, very strong love mixed for attachment and passion, compassion for the kids. Even sometimes the kids doing wrong, then mothers can show a little bit rougher. In Tibetan, they beat, And here you beat, you go to, very good place. In Tibetan, they can beat, in long term, I don't know, But whatever they, the actions a little bit looks, a little rougher, but inside the mind is, compassion. You don't want to the kids doing the wrong. You don't want to go the wrong direction or wrong action. Therefore, you show the rougher, through the wisdom, compassion, and they use the rougher actions. Is it?
Yeah.
Therefore, you can do other beings also. We have very, very rough deities, You all see now, Usually, we are not allowed to, the rough deities put the, all lands, everywhere. Now, maybe degeneration Buddhism, maybe they go everywhere we can find. Then, there are a lot of rough things. They're not very angry. They show to go through wisdom, use the compassion, show the rough, actions. Some sentient beings not lesson, therefore you have to show a lot of rough. With human beings, that some people we can talk with now, they can listen. Some people have to, little bit strong actions, right? Same. Therefore, Buddhas also, do like that. Then, anyways, don't do any non-virtuous actions. Then do the, how is that?
Virtuous action.
Don't do the virtuous actions. Then what's virtuous actions? To think about others. Be compassion. Be loving kindness. Always. Meditation bodhicitta. You always meditation bodhicitta. You don't need meditations, how you call emptiness. That we like to, without, bodhicitta, it's very hard to use the, emptiness. When you have very strong, bodhicitta, compassion, then the wisdom, meditation, emptiness, then very, very powerful. They both together. Therefore, don't do non-virtuous action means, main things, 10 non-virtues, 10 non-virtuous actions. Usually we don't kill, we don't steal, we lie, right? People do lie a lot. Then other things also, main things we do, gossip. People do a lot of gossip. Then, yeah, harsh word. Then, this kind of person's message you give them, they give them mixed together, Therefore, we have a lot of, we don't kill, we don't steal. But in other things, we all going to wrong that. Therefore, don't do any, 10 non-virtuous actions. They bring for you or the sufferings. They say, Buddha said, don't do that. Then you understand that 10 non-virtuous actions wrong, then don't do it or stop there. This is virtuous actions. Even you think, go to the outside, you can see, some people, I hope whatever he or she wishes become true. I hope whatever they want, they become true. You say, yeah, we look here, yeah, she's there, but she had that problem. He's not there, he had that problem. You can see all the 100 people, maybe you can find only you, no problem, nothing wrong. You can say, oh yeah, she's good there, but yeah, like she's not good like that. He's nice, but when that comes, he's not good. You can find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can find all the faults. Then the men better ones in the me, right? Therefore, always don't looking others' faults. Try to looking for positive actions. If you're looking for all the wrong, something, fault, always find, always. Even, people find hundreds, millions of people follow Dalai Lama. People looking for the fault, they find faults. Even Buddha Shakyamuni, our founder, the Buddha, even people find the faults, they will find faults. Of course, we are our, ordinary people. Regular. Ordinary people, regular for us. So of course, we find a lot of things. Therefore, don't look at others' faults. Try to looking for the positive actions. Because they create, they stop for your wrong thoughts. They will stop that. Then, do the virtuous actions means not like you have to stay all day inside the room, do practice, not like that. Read the all day books, not like that. Understand that virtuous actions, then try to how much you can. Then subdue your mind. This is the teaching the Buddha. Is correct?
Yeah.
Subdued means now we are very strong, easy angry, right? Are you guys an angry person? A very attachment. We have a lot of attachment. We have some, when we go to stores, we have some, I like that. Jealous, hatred, we have very easily, Therefore, subdue must stop that, wash that, kick out that, and close the door where they come in. Teaching the Buddha. Subdue your mind, doing the, virtuous action. This is teaching the Buddha. That Buddha doesn't say, oh, you have to stay 24 hours meditation, inside your, meditation. Not like that. When you're going, walking, eating, sleeping, looking all your mind, you're your teacher. When man thinks, oh, something wrong actions, then stop that time you have to catch. And that doesn't grow up. This is a very, very big, lessons for Buddha. All the suffering, for all the sufferings, main cause is the I. I. When all the happiness, all the virtuous actions come from main things, others, thinking others. Karo. Rani chins dibakinji ko, manam chins yudakinji shis. I didn't finish my English.
You did very well.
My heart was very small, not much space.
It's hard though to substitute the anger with instead you can't make nothing. You have to put something there, so you want to open your heart instead of reacting with anger. And that's the difficult part, is your first reaction is to react, to be angry, to express your anger. So do stop, and then open heart.
좋아하는 거랑 삼자식을. 나는 레로 야마스 하다. 샘 돼야 돼 레로 야마스. 아니 컨트롤 남서 가토 마레스. 아니 그거 가라 되는 삼로션다 땅에 맞으신다 남서 가라 가토 마레스.
Yeah, of course. It's easy, then we all become Buddha. We all Buddha. It's not easy. Because we were always, how is that? Habit, angry, attachment, jealous. Something we have someone shows for the, wrong direction, angry. That time, we best way is, compassion for them. Then to little bit easy. But it's difficult, very, very difficult. That's not easy. Then, you think about really you think about cause and effect. Cause and effect is very good, When we study the Wednesday class, we have Shawapan, they always talk about, if you have this problem, this is your fault. If you have this problem, this is your fault. Right? Yeah, this text say, right? Oh, you have this, you got that problems? Because this is your fault. Then we have to think, is it true or not? Buddha give for us complete for free, don't belong faith for me. This is my experience, but you can check. Therefore we can check, it's true or not. Okay, yeah.
And so just like it is said in the Kurukulla, cherishing oneself, is the doorway, to all the torments and all the sufferings, and cherishing others is the foundation of all good qualities.
Okay? Now this is true or not, we have to check. Even, we just leave the Buddhahood just side that. Even though you hear all the war, some people always doing others to help for anything. Everybody say, she's very nice, good person, Last 2 weeks or 1 week ago, the US, we call it, the count some who's the benefit people.
So they chose the person who most benefited others.
Right? Do you hear this? Maybe I'm the more, what you call. I heard I think United States, they chose to the most benefit person this year, who were. The Pope benefit, His Holiness Dalai Lama.
Person of the year.
Yeah. Do you heard?
They do every year.
Yeah, they can do. Yeah, some magazine, they say. The Pope, what you call. Yeah, Pope, right now, Pope benefit, then His Holiness Dalai Lama, then the what's that? Aung San Suu Kyi, then I think Bill Clinton, then Bill Gates, they're doing all the good actions. Then everybody is good. Then who's going to all the wrong direction? No one like that, right? Even this is a worldly, just our.
The worldly way of life.
Yeah, worldly way. Therefore, Buddhahood, of course, therefore very important to thinking others. But also, sometimes we say, I've taught you, I'm doing for help to others, but you're doing the wrong direction, wrong action, then make more problems. Then you have to understand which one's the wrong way, which is the right way. Use the method, wisdom, human intelligence. That's very important. Then there's the Buddha, we call Guru Puja, say, or say, me is the root of all the problems. You think about others, the root of the benefits. Not just word. This is very powerful, very important. Then like that, then we go into this text. The lam-rim text is a very, very powerful teaching. All the Buddha's teaching in here. All the Buddha's teaching. Buddha give to Chumpu Gentle Chitu.
The 84 heaps of doctrine.
All in essence, Buddha's teaching is this book. Then therefore very important to study this. Let me understand this book is very important. Then this book, some parts is not very nice words, not because they explain to all the sufferings things. They don't explain, we don't know, right? We don't know they're good or bad, we don't try to do stop that. Therefore, we have to just explain some very detailed things, the hell realms. But I'm not going to very detail. Usually I take long-term 1 or 2 pages. But this time I try to go how much they can do fast. And I don't want to tell you guys that's problem. Maybe you guys, Geshe always said problems. He never have good things. In Buddha's teachings, whatever is he or she teacher, then you think, this maybe talk about me. This is me. If you feel that, then this teaching is very good for you. Then you say, you don't have like that. You say, maybe he talk about her. Maybe he talk about him. Then you don't want to, how you call it?
So if you pretend as if you're not even there,
you say, he talk about him, he talk about her, with attachment, maybe he talk about her. You say angry, maybe he talk about him. I'm not there. Then teaching and you have very strong gap. Go to the big elephant, then that doesn't work. You need to put very together, even not go to win, long. And, when they talk about things, then it's talk about me, then that's good. Then talk about the hell realms, animal realms, angry, also hungry realms. Then you have to, some place they have some hungry place, some place like that. Not like that also. How I feel? If I am that person in here, how I feel? You have to think about that, okay? Not, where's hell realm, where's, animal realm, where's, hungry realm. Some place, I'm not going there, like that. Like lecture, not like that, you say. If I am like that person, then how can I feel? You have to think about that. Then you know that. Then they explain to you what the cause you go there. Then you don't do the cause, then not result. This is nature of the or reality or phenomena. No cause, no result. Right? Therefore, you don't create the cause, you don't go there. I create a cause, that doesn't make you go to that. I have to go myself, not you guys. Therefore, very important, but not very nice word. Then people are scared. Then maybe doesn't want to hear again and again. Therefore, I'm not going to details. But if you study, this is very good.
so we're going to talk about the sufferings of the hungry ghost.
What section number? 168.
아니 다 내셔다 다 제우 중이 너 제우 줄이 주스면 와 제우 줄이 주스.
So normally the teachings are divided into 3 different capable beings path, right?
근데다 다 제우 전부가 남냠들 남발라 제우 중이단 리니기 남냠냠들 방엔 로고 그래서.
So before you can engage the great capable beings path, you have to have gone through already the small and medium capable beings path.
배나 강바자 나 세워지거나 담보도 강바자 담보냐 마용할고 잠셔요 말아.
So just like if there's a 5-story building, before going through the first or second, there's no way you can jump up to the 5th or from the beginning, right?
If you have wing, you can fly, but if you don't fly, what the chibare, jewu chimbu lam nyamdele bala, jewu ridang, jewu chumini lam nyamdele bata, ngendro go resro.
Similarly, in order to engage in the practice of the great capable beings path, you have to engage in the practice of the small and medium capable beings path.
아니 다 jewu 되는 소리만이 jewu chumi lam에서 마다 소말다 사체도 오진다 사체 담보 다 니요 resro.
And so in the small capable beings path, there are 2 sections, 2 categories.
지대 심마 된지 로께 와스 지대 심마 데비 탑된 바스니 resro.
And so the first one is generating the the wish, for the benefit of the future life, and the second one is explaining, the method, for gaining benefits in the future lives.
어디지? 대니 다 당보 지대 심어도 일로 제와서 왔다 다 지대의 린의 만에 봐스. 아니 다 저와지도 좀 봐서요.
And so in order to think about the benefit, think about the future life, then you have to think how this life will not last forever.
아니 대소서 다 대라 가르스나 아니 간도 추 마트메기님 추 마제베기님 그렇지 않나다 마트메기님 아니 다 저와 마트메기님 저와 때문에 배도 되는 거 다나도 마음고 식당도 친사배 봐스.
And so then in order to think about how this life will not last forever, then you have to think about the death and impermanence. Then it talks about the benefits of thinking about the death and impermanence. If you think about the death and impermanence, then you will think about practicing Dharma. If you don't think about death and impermanence, then you will not think about practicing Dharma. And even if you practice Dharma, and it will not become a good practice of Dharma and so forth. So all this in explanation we have already gone through.
어디지? 단지대 심마 저단지위 로반이지 내도 삼바세다 사실 이바 될라야 아니 단원주 냐외도 예다이도 든지도 가스 동 숨쉬게 왔어.
So when we think about the death and impermanence, and then we'll come to know that there's no way this life will last forever, and we have to die eventually. When we die, what will happen to us? We'll go to the next life. So when we think going to the next life, what kind of life will there be? And then you think about the sufferings and then the happiness of the lower realms and the upper realms. So this is where we are talking about the sufferings of the lower realms.
다 가서도 냐외도 가서 세상에 봐 자녀가 제사에 봐.
I've already talked a little bit about the sufferings of the hell realm, right?
Are you guys feel any feeling for if I was there, how I feel? Anybody meditation? When you have to meditation, you just go to enter that, then how I feel, not just this that. Just go enter that how I feel. Like they have to, and we already done that. Now today we have to go to the hungry room. Then the tatani, Pabongka so much lock show. And then dinner show some those. Yedagit. Then the tatani do matubala. So lock shana, and the sozo so hago no. But then the shadow had bit job. And the chilona can so low pain you talk was.
So then let's read this section on the hungry ghost suffering. So it's starting from, if you have the blue cover textbook, then this is in page 338, and the outline number is 165.
Okay.
Outline number 165, where it talks about thinking about the suffering of hungry ghost, right?
Yeah.
So we'll read all the way to the page 346, where it talks about sufferings of animals. So we'll stop there.
Okay. If you don't have text, it's okay. You can just relax that time. Okay.
Okay. So thinking about the sufferings of the hungry ghosts. Manjushri's one word discusses animals first. Hungry ghosts have greater wisdom than animals, so are higher. If one were to teach Dharma to some hungry ghosts, they could understand it. Animals are dull and stupid. It is an inferior rebirth and a bigger hindrance to practicing Dharma than being a hungry ghost. So the suffering of the animals were taught first. However, the swift path puts hungry ghosts first. Generally, they have greater suffering than animals. There are two subsections at this point, thinking of the sufferings of the hungry ghosts and the 6 hearings. Heat, cold, hunger, thirst, exhaustion, and fear. And 2 of this particular type of hungry ghosts. Thinking of the general sufferings of the hungry ghosts under 6 headings: heat, cold, hunger, thirst, exhaustion, and fear. Think as follows: at present I have not been reborn in hell, but if I were born a hungry ghost, I could be so tormented by intolerable sufferings in heat, cold, hunger, thirst, exhaustion, and fear, that I have not even be able to regulate the practice down. Let alone actually practice it. I have not taken such a rebirth owing to the kindness of my gurus. What great merit I have meditated even unfortunately on the Dharma of the lam-rim. How lucky I have been, but we have accumulated in our mental stream much karma that will throw us into these rebirths. This karma is still powerful and undegenerated. We know it is beyond our present capacity to purify it all before we die. There is more though. Usually our thoughts at the point of death are the crucial. Sinners may have committed great sins during lifetime, but if they die with the sin on their mind, they will activate virtuous karma from the past life. If Dharma practitioners are angry, for example, at the point of death, then non-virtuous karma will be active. Normally the thoughts which I've always had the familiarity with the delusions, the three poisons, so our non-virtuous karma is sure to be activated at the death. One may be devolved by food and drink at death. And food again. This will trigger a karma to be reborn as hungry ghosts by either attachment or hostility. You cannot be sure that you will not be reborn in the unfortunate state of hungry ghosts. In fact, most often will be reborn as one. The hungry ghosts' rebirth are located in Kapila Nagara, the city of hungry ghosts, which is more than 500 yojanas underground. This place has absolutely no grass, trees, or water. The whole ground is copper-clad, scored by the sun. The bodies and the claims of these hungry ghosts are most ungainly. The hairs head is wrinkled, with their necks extremely thin and unable to support their heads. They have huge mountain-like bodies and an infinite number of legs and arms. They have 100 times more difficulty in walking than older people do in our human realm. For many years they have found nothing to drink, so there is absolutely no moisture in their bodies, no blood, pus, and so forth. Muscles and veins are wrapped in their burnt skin, like a dry log wrapped in brown leather. When they move, the joints in their arms and legs creaks like dry wood or like a wood rock tapping together, giving off sparks since no food for drink for hundreds of thousands of years. They have enormous suffering. On top of this, there isn't a place that they have been in search for food and drink. Their bodies are feeble, so they're exhausted. They are in a terror of seeing the king of the city of the hungry ghosts, fearing for their very life. In the heat of summer, moonlight burns them, and the sun makes them cold in winter, so they have great suffering. Thinking about the sufferings of the particular types of hungry ghosts, this has three parts. Ghosts with external obscuration. These hungry ghosts see water, trees laden with food, and so forth, for which they will long distance. But when they get to the things vanish. When some hungry ghosts teach them, the hungry ghosts are prevented from enjoying them and in addition to their sufferings of hunger and thirst, therefore they also experience inconceivable suffering due to physical exhaustion and mental depression. Those internal obscurations, these hungry ghosts occasionally obtain food, but it does not get them enough. Their necks have no oxygen in them and makes swallowing food very difficult. Some ghosts have to drink with spots from their own jugular. It says in the full version of the above-mentioned story about Kurukulla Kana, the food they eat takes various forms corresponding to the different types of karma the ghosts have enumerated, and blood, their own flesh, and so forth. The ghosts must endure these unbearable karmic results according to whether their food and drink may be got to some hungry ghosts next, but it turns into boiling iron when it reaches the stomach, which, as well as not slaking their thirst, create immediate suffering. There is one type of hungry ghost but their stomach is so huge that the food doesn't fill them. Sheets of flame, the flares come out of the mouth, the same as hungry ghost, and the wispy spilling. Those with obstruction from nose Once, when Ananda was going about his daily business, he saw a female hungry ghost. She had 3 knots in her hand, and she shouted the 5 kinds of terrifying words. Hungry ghosts of this type of row of 3 knots in their neck, which caused them infinite suffering. Nagarjuna's letters. Hungry ghosts are also benefiting desire. This gives rise to continued suffering, aggravated by the most terrible hunger, thirst, roll, a heat. Okay. Some have fullness and some are as the might of needles. Yet their stomachs, the size of mountains, are plagued by hunger, but lack the power to digest the smallest speck of filth. Some of the naked are skin and the bone. They are as thin as palm trees. Some are inflamed as sacks and mouth, and their mouths is burnt. Most cannot obtain even the fields for food, no pus, pieces, blood, and so on. The intake rapid first from the gorgeous head. For hunger goes in the 2 hottest months of summer. The moonlight is hot, the cold is winter. The trees become fruitless. They have only to look at rivers for them to dry up. Chandra Govin's letter to a disciple says, unintended first, the wish to drink from it, they go there. Yet the water is mixed with the whole hair, species, goods, and drinkers. And the water is full of mud, blood, and pieces. The wind weaves and whirls and sprays in the mountain peak cold. When they go to the greens and wood forests of Malabara, there becomes burning wood, a fields of the sharp spirit flame. Many burning fingertips dropped and doused with them. When even to the lake, it terrifies way with the dazzling foam at the thirst. The water turns into a mirage of desert sand. The elements fares with the storms split by the first hot wind. When the long furrows of the stomach gather, they rain fall with the impelling iron darts upon them. Flinty diamond hammers of the gold color, the orange lightning chains to their body. While they are tormented by heat, even sleep to them seems hot. When the makes them cold. The intolerable ripening effects of karma completely blind them. They have various unturned, mistaken hallucination. Their mouths are small as the nails of the needle. Their terrifying stomachs many yojanas round. Where these predators drink, even the courses of the caravan scarlet. Their prisoners' mouths would dry the water to the last drop. Gosang Gyatso, the 7th Dalai Lama, said similarly, stomachs like mountains, necks blocked, limbs as thin as grass, dry bodies covered in dust, joint gives off spark. Their merest glands dries up rivers, and always weary, tormented by hunger. May a shower of food, drink, and nectar rain down upon these hungry ghouls. We can be sure that this time next year we won't be reborn as one of the hungry ghouls. The cause for such rebirth are being miserly with one's possession, innermost covetousness, such as great attachment to one's possession that one squanders them over and over again, preventing from resisting generosity, seizing others' possession, stealing others' sangha, abusing charity in the form of the net, taking what is not given. Another cause is calling people hungry ghosts, and especially if you call them members of sanghas and hungry ghosts, you will take rebirth as one yourself 500 times. When a hungry ghost of the type calls a severe drop of water, it is due to their not having been miserly about giving water in the past. The orders do not have the fortune to enjoy any water. Acharya Buddha Janana went to the realm of hungry ghosts. An extremely pathetic hungry ghost with 500 children gave the Acharya a message to take back to her husband, but the Acharya returned to human realm. 12 years ago, she said, my husband left to search for food, and I have meanwhile given birth to 500 children. I have not had so much as a drop of water, and so have gone to sufferings. Acharya, tell my husband to help me by returning quickly from the human realms with any food he found. Acharya said, what if there are many hungry ghosts there? I won't know which is your husband. He has some identifying marks that set apart from other hungry ghosts. He has lost one eye and one of his limbs is deformed. When the Acharya returned to the human realms, he saw some hungry ghosts. One of them was just like the ghost. The Acharya told his story and gave the message. The hungry ghost said, I have gone such a distance, but in a 12 years, all I found was this food. He was holding a small piece of dry spittle with his claws of his clenched. This was his most prized possession. A monk who maintained his ethics spared and it to the hungry ghost. Many hungry ghosts fought for it, and I won. Unless we are careful, we can never be sure where we 25 years after the mother of the novice monk died, saw a terrifying hungry ghost. The frightened Uttara was out to flee in terror. Don't run away. Who are you? Uttara asked. I replied. My only son, I am your loving mother, from whom you were born. Reborn among the hungry ghosts who have no food or drink. 25 years have passed since the time of my death. I have not seen any water. There were nothing but food. The novice Buddha used his skillful means, and then the ghost left, and reborn. She was born as the hungry ghost. He was extremely rich. Her miserliness was 6 times worse than before, and she would not hurt his generosity. The novice persuaded her to offer Buddha a bolt of cloth, but she regretted their actions and stole it. This happened many times. Chapter Pabongka Rinpoche told the story of a monk who had a beautiful scarf for became attached to it, that after his death he was born as a hungry ghost wearing a saffron robe. These days, miserly people are praised as being clever, but miserliness especially is the cause for being born as hungry ghosts. We act in a miserly way, so it's most certain we will be born as hungry ghosts next year, or at the most in 44 or 50 years. What is that we do not birth in the hell?
Okay? How feel? You guys understand it? Yes.
It's very nice to read things and think about other worlds.
This reminds me of a disease one of my sisters has, it's gastritis. She cannot digest anything, and I know from her lifestyle, she does a lot of alcohol and drugs, and still does, and I know it's caused urinary cause. And she cannot digest food. She throws up water. She tries to eat, and sometimes she has to push the food down, it doesn't come down. And she's very thin arms. She's my age. I'm 40. Thin arms, huge body, and I know this is, something she has to work through. So she calls me and I try to help her. But I have dreams where I can see in her intestine, I can see things. So I just want to know if anything, I can do to help her, because I was given the task of, let's say, helping her.
Yeah, we can.
So there's a human correlate to a lot of what we're reading. Many things. She's getting medicine.
Tons. We go to the animals. We leave that just side. Even we go to human beings, we go to hospital. All the looks, how come they put oxygen? Yeah. People, lot of oxygen doesn't move. Lots of. Like that anyway, everybody knows. Then the main cause is the madness. We all have very strong madness, right? Madness.
Not sharing.
Madness, right? Madness. Or madliness. Good. I can learn one word. The main cause is the madliness for born that kind place. Then we just habit. We have just very good friend for our madliness, right? Always we think, not enough. We say, I don't want to, not enough. Therefore, like her story, even if we don't know, there's a hell realm is in some very far, some iron place. We don't know, we don't see there. It's hard to accept. But even the human beings here, like she told the story, your sister, she want to eat, the food doesn't go through her mouth. It's many, they're cancer patients all over the world. All over the world. This is the main cause is they really create the karma previous life.
Repeat that kindly.
Usually, this is the people really create the cause previous life, many lives, previous life. Then here something, conditions come in. Then, weather condition, food condition, our 4 elements, what's the 4 elements? 4 elements not in ego, then very easy to catch the sick. This is the condition, the cause is very great. Therefore, whenever you see that, whenever you heard that account, that time we have not much to do. We try to best. Try to pray, I hope any sentient beings have like that anymore. So
you should pray for any sentient beings to be to not experience such kind of suffering.
Okay?
But the cause of the nature of the previous life, since we are memory in this dimension, to see clearly the nature of your incarnation from the seed of the ripening of this karma, be it, for her sister, for the, worldwide, the cancer, the disease of cancer worldwide.
Yes.
To see clearly, to understand first for the person who is going through this ghost, we call it the ghost in the bush. When I was in the bush, we call it the ghost. Isn't it so that we are living in it ourselves? So to extract that energy of the ghost, of the disease of our mind, isn't it in the mind originally from the previous whatever beingness, to locate that energy of that interaction with your karma, to really deeply not forget who you really are by understanding. I feel for all those ones when I go to hospital or even here. You don't need to have to hospital. The seed, to really see clearly that seed, to really feel it, to really understand it. First you have to do your homework.
Yeah, this is correct.
You have to do the homework, but yet to open the space with another, to understand the other in you, which is the great philosophy of all life, of course, of our human birth or rebirth, birth, rebirth, impermanence, death to life, life karma, the karma, to really understand that space of karma. Of course you have a lot of love and compassion for that sister. She's our sister. She's not her sister. We know that. The disease is hers, but it's ours. We know that. But how do you remedy? That's where I am for myself. Where I go with that feeling, that compassion. Sometimes you are so overwhelmed by that energy of the compassion for the sister, the compassion for the grandmother, the compassion for the child who starts his own karma, the joy of the child, the innocence of the child.
다 간제 되는 거 다 동화기 주케시 왔다. 다 동화 다 처음 라한데 다 동화 또 단단단서 다 디다 동화기 주소디 야 세나드레스. 아나 세나인도 다 저쪽에 대지는 건조된 게 겨울에 가서 돈을 제가 개마라. 가서 돈을 제가 개마라. 가서 돈 말하면 제가 소소한 게 저 고소한 게 저 뭐지 소소한 게 제가 개마라. Dennis left and deal.
Yeah, no, you know, whatever we have to do, we wish to do many things for help to others. That many things we cannot do anything. Now, best way is to wish to pray. It's best way. All sentient beings, any sentient beings have not like that kind of suffering anymore. Compassion for them. Then now we have to, what we do for ourselves, care for, not create the karma to born there. This is the main thing. Then, we really, this text they talk about, we really have the karma to born there. We really create a lot of bad karmas. Even we doing eating, killing right now, here. Then, when you have, even you very good practitioners, you usually always to, harbor to angry, attachment, jealous. The sense, the moment you die, and you have, something maybe food or something your possessions to attachment. 산나로 응애한테 제 공로산에 시와있나 이다 제가 내가도 싸셔야 그만 제가 니가 싫어야 돼.
So just like it said in the text, if you die, with a negative thought, like a miserliness, then it is very likely, to be born as a hungry ghost.
Okay. Therefore, usually we say it's very important. We have to learn, but a little bit used to positive actions, positive minds. Compassion with each other, loving kindness, always. Otherwise, when we die, we say, when you do die, you have to, think about motivation, positive. It's very difficult. We cannot. If you used to, very easy to put that. The moment you die, when you get maybe angry, then they, the control tiki, any, the lengamala sit and get what you have.
And so that karma, that we may have created many years ago, will be activated by that thought, whether it's a positive or negative, right? So if it's a negative, then it will, like anger or some kind of delusion like jealousy and so forth. If that manifests at the time of death, then that will activate the negative karmas that we have created in the past, and then as a result, will be born in the lower realm immediately.
kadina lama gongogori, shanchu sem gongogori, nije gongogori, shamba gongogori, mamolago doas. Temo gondeng ina ni shigalaga. Tenzo chi sozu jamba matana magic part that jena. Kolela un gots in the word. Tendiga kani tronto ina. Mudipa chimbo jena tiga. Nume lemo sai give less sitani nganto deno jega. Le chanores.
So in most cases, if what kind of mind that's going to manifest at the time of death, it depends what kind of mind you are familiar with, you're accustomed with, right? So throughout the lifetime, if you've been thinking positive things, positive thoughts all the time, thinking about Guru, thinking about Buddha, thinking about Dharma, thinking about benefiting other beings, or thinking about compassion and so forth, all the time, then it is very those thoughts, to come up at the time of death. If you haven't thought about them, then it's very difficult. And so some cases it is possible that those thoughts might come up, even though you've been doing all bad things throughout your life, but some kind of condition may cause that positive thought to come up, like somebody being close to you at the time and reminding you of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, or telling you good things to think about, or reading prayers and chanting mantras and so forth in front of you, when you're about to die. So that may help the person to have a good positive thought at that time, and as a result, will have a good rebirth, even though the person spent entire life creating mostly negative karmas. And so it's the negative and positive karma that we have created, is always there. So even though we did so good things, but we have done so many bad things in the past, so those negative karmas are still there.
그러와 근데 저마다 간제 다 미나와도나 소소 나와이나 간제 저마나 데티가블에다 내다 내려보다 수치라 마요 쇼 또 삼고야 삼바이나 야보시라는 거です.
And so, if we think about other beings who are suffering, like the beings born as hungry ghosts, or even as human beings who are having all these problems similar to the hungry ghosts, not being able to digest food and so forth. So when we see those kind of sufferings in others, we should, of course, out of great compassion and sympathy for that person, should pray for all beings to not experience such kind of sufferings.
그러와 드네나 다 주신바 동사에 인지미지 소소 강요와데 마 제게베케자 셰고 말아서.
And so, miserliness, miserliness, in order to, overcome that, you don't have to kind of give everything that you have, like when you're practicing generosity. The practicing generosity is the antidote, for miserliness. So, in order to practice generosity, you don't have to give everything you want.
그러와 간제 끊어 야부 드네 소소베나 쇼자다 시사베나 쇼자의 표디 아니 라마다 산제다 샤초센바라 야다 문 저와데 피고래 들어와 대제나 아니 야 대세나 고치지니까 조비송 와서.
And so, so any kind of possession or material things of food and so forth, not keeping to yourself only and out of miserliness. Like so, even like the form of offering becomes like a generosity practice, but it's called offering. But in other words, it's giving, right? So giving, it is giving, but to a higher object. So that's what we call it, offering. So offering the part of the food, like even when you're having breakfast. At the beginning, you offer that, to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, to the Guru, and then after that, you have yourself. So that also becomes practice of generosity.
그러와 아니 되네 소주 사백가라야다 소수 수번을 찍다 semche 소차 좀범 사야뭐 돈을 찍기 딱 편바주 준비해는 그놈들의 기내 싸워나 이제 좀 맞아로 그래서.
So, and also, if you think of eating the food, while eating the food, if you think of sentient beings that are inside your body, like the germs, bacteria, and so forth. And so if you think that you're eating this food to feed them, then that also becomes a generosity practice.
아니 지금 게디가 나도 메싱이 지라야 다 소주 추측지가 선바 나바 답을 건네 봐 로드 가를 가서 라트바이나 때 추지시 맞아로 그래서.
And then you also explain about what is virtuous action, what is non-virtuous action, what is to be cultivated, what is to be abandoned to somebody who doesn't know what the Dharma is and so forth. And then it also becomes a practice of generosity. So it's giving of the Dharma teachings.
아니 지금 소소라 지금 왕다 니바 여와이나 지금 샘지까지 있다. 세도식이나 간지 소소 더 잡아이나 문제 받다 주신 바스.
And then also there's a giving of life or protection to other beings. So if you have the ability and the power to save somebody's life, then you should try all means to do that, because that becomes also the form of practice of generosity, giving of the life or protection.
아니 샘지가 소 잡아대 가서 체리고 이제 해서.
And also, of course, there's a benefit to ourselves if we save the life of other beings. That prolongs our own life.
And
the practice of giving material things is the cause for increasing our own possessions, our own wealth. And the practice of patience is the cause for having a good, a beautiful form of body, face.
그러나 나도라 테레모 고요레 돔조야 보고레 나바야 보고 다 대선은 나도 늘서 왔어.
So yeah, we want to have all these things. So we want to have a good look, right, and a good body, good face, a good look, and we want to have a long life, and we want to have a lot of possessions, right? So if we have all this, we'll be very happy, right?
그리고 단답에나 미상 찍어야 법인다고 다 빈자로 해놔야. 가지 깔리 쉬우잖아 전에 야진로 합니다. 가지 깔리 잘 잡고 그 가디나지 변조도 야고 차던데 같아. 아니 소리 기왕 하면 레기 왕가레스.
And so, like in same family, in one family there are different siblings, some becomes very successful, some becomes very unsuccessful. No matter what they do, they never become successful. But others, even they don't do much, they become very successful in the same family. And so that is all because of the karma that they have created in the past, right? So when we think in this way, and thinking about all the examples, and so forth, then it makes, in a sense, to us that there is such thing called karma, right? And such thing called cause and effect, so forth.
Okay, anyway, who wish to the very handsome or beautiful? Everybody, right? Then be patient. Then be patient, okay? The patience is the main cause to come to beautiful. Then everybody want to long life, right? Then save any animals. It's possible if your ability, life. Then everybody want to very rich, right? No one said I want rich. Then do generosity. I don't know how you say this. Anyway,
So, Buddha taught about all these things according to our way of life and things that make sense to us, right? And so there are things, there are obvious things which we can see by ourselves. That's hidden things, and then which we cannot see, which we need the logical reason to understand that. And then the extremely hidden things, which doesn't even have logical reasons, but there are things like that. So this is one of that. So giving, will get you the wealth. There's no logic for that, not all these things, but it's true, that if you give, then you will, get the wealth. And then there's also another thing about the morality. So if you practice morality, then that will bring you a good rebirth in the future. So the cause, for being born in the upper realm, to enjoy the happiness of the upper realm, in your vows, the moral vows, moral conducts purely. And so one of the main vows for that, to be born in the upper realm, is the morality of abandoning the 10 non-virtuous actions. And so that is the morality here means, keeping your mind, and under discipline, right? So not letting your mind go under the delusion, go after the delusions, but protecting it from going under or after the delusions. Sorry.
And then Maya Georgie and Romtamatro. Romtama, and it will a power esro. And it TV Galaya Karo. Can get some Sharawa, Lava. That's all.
Tsongkhapa.
That time with the Kaje, then the Maya on the Kajeta, Sharawa Karching, those stewardess. Sharawagata Mimola Chushak, the Otate, Yapore, somewhere else. And the Chagawa Kajito, Tati, Konachi Gomra Jatrichino, Tate Yapores, and the Shembade Karawa. Karavagajin Otako, Kadina, check on the Tamudu, Kaji Karching, Otako, Kadina, and the Kora, that Shalakan, the Shala, that shoes on your body, Chopak in the same chen, Tambotoma, attending on the Dungaja Mambola Pa, train, and then when they go to sing a tunipa, shim the Deshas, Morris. Then and then Rom the Bimone, Uja Mapunita, Yamling and Yamlet Terrace. And then Kongata, Semja Tabula and then they do a mile wash and then they get Java, Nama Manaba, Tenjika Kanji, Shanju, and Monam de Wanda, then Yamling and then Yamlete. That is so much, Chun, which there so much.
Buddha,
Botoma, Semja Tote, and then Jolan, then they do a mile wash, Semja such a mile wash of them. Then they do all of some of them. Muni, Konanga Sen Gotamne, Muni Deshas, what the lovers, that they are should raise more.
So once Dom Tempa, who is the main disciple of Lama Disha, and the teachers of the Kadamba masters. He was traveling to Lhasa, and then he asked about his three disciples, Sharawa, Larawa, and I think Tsongkhapa, and three of them. So he asked, what is Sharawa doing? He says, Sharawa is teaching Dharma to others. And then what's the other one doing? He's meditating or doing some practice for himself on his own. And then what is the third one? I think it's Tsongkhapa doing, and he said he's feeding his food, to the ants, to the animal, the bugs, the ants, and crying, with his shawl wrapped around his face, and then so Don Temple knew that he was thinking about the sentient beings, out of great compassion, couldn't bear to see their suffering, and that's why he was suffering, he was crying. And also at the same time praying for all sentient beings, to not go through such kind of sufferings like the ants going through and so forth. And so then Don Temple said that's the best of the Dharma practice.
Okay, we can see the many in here, Lord, high lamas. You can see the Lama Savaramache when he go to everyone, when he says some very, bad situation, dogs and animals, he stop there. Even doesn't matter, some, you have to go another place, stop there, do sometimes you have to cancel the flight tickets, you stop there, do a lot of prayers, like that, they all think about very strong compassion, develop compassion for them, then also pray for the all other sentient beings. So not like that kind of problem. You can see, we don't need to say very far away, right? We see Lord, like that. Then we cannot do too much. Try to how much you can. Don't push too much, it's not good. You push maybe 2, 3 days or 5 days, push too much, then you try it, you forgot just. Then you say, goodbye to Buddhism. People do this, couple months, 2, 3 days, very, very strong, very always, then stop. All the day, little bit, short term, then better. Now, ऐसा चाहिए हमारे, ऐसा, तो ऐसा, मिटे ऐसा सब चाहिए ऐसा.
So it shouldn't be like a flickering minded, meaning, I don't know if that's the right word, but anyway, so means like, getting excited about something for a short time and then after some time giving it up quickly.
Right? When we talk about the benefits study Buddhism, then we say, wow, it's great I want to do that. Then you try to very, very. It doesn't, because we have not foundation, that doesn't work, of course. Then you try and say, oh, forgot. Right? Then, how you say? I want to say something, I forgot. And, how you say? This is a problem to getting old. It's a moment to remember something, now forgot. This has happened, right? Most Westerns, they very like to do many things, different countries. Then they say, Buddhism, they try to come, they study couple times, couple years, maybe couple months. Very hard work. It's not very, doesn't work very well. Then they say, oh, it's not working. Just goodbye, the books sent back to centers. Yeah. I'm going to donation this. They used to also very nice words. I like to donation for the book.
Yeah, exactly.
They should say goodbye, you lost a very good opportunity, This is normal, human. First you try to very strong. Then, because then we have to do the teachings of practice well, we have to enough to merit. If you are not enough merit, you cannot do the results. Then you have to know how you do. If you doesn't know, then it's not working. If you have to go to the Harvard School, you know the shortcut how you go, you can go very easily. If you don't know, you just go to around very far away. It's very hard to reach there. Then you tire, right? Like that in Buddhism also, if you know, you can eat, become virtuous. You can walk, become virtuous. Even you sleep, you can do virtuous. When you go to sleep, if you don't think many things, just, what's the nature, I say?
Equanimity.
Equanimity, then sleepy, non-virtuous, virtuous, nothing, there's equanimity. When you sleep, before I mentioned, you get angry, tomorrow what I have to say them, what I do, then you...
Neutral.
Neutral. Then, not neutral, you develop a lot of angries before you go sleep, things, then you sleep, the old sleep become non-virtuous. Then you go back, you say, oh, you play something, whatever you done today, it's bad things, you purify. If you do good things, you enjoy dedication, then think about bodhicitta, loving kindness. You sleep, all sleep become virtuous. Right? Then tomorrow get up, you say, oh, I'm very honored, I'm very fortunate person, I didn't die. I'm available today, get up. Buddha's, teachers, kind, I'm available, get up. Today, I'm going to perfect, try to best in motivation to benefit all sentient beings. I'm trying to better. You get motivation, then you can do all day, try to, all good. Then better. Then one day you become Buddha. Then they be very big statues, and even you die, the statues, then everybody pray for you. Right? These people memorize, they go, oh, she's become enlightenment. He become enlightenment. Then we become real Buddha, With Tara and Manjushri, they are same as us. They practice, they become Buddha. Okay, anyway, not talk too much. Like that, okay? Madness is the cause to burn the hungry ram. The hungry ghost, okay? Try to don't mass too much. Don't think I'm not enough, okay? If possible, try to best. Okay? Then I already mentioned, if you want to be very handsome, beautiful, be patient. No need to do very expensive makeup things you have to buy. In the morning before go to work, you have to spend maybe half hour, put things, softening, right? And evening you have to come back, you have to wash all them things for softening, right? You have to spend the money, spend the time. Just very patient. The next lab you become very beautiful. You don't need to put a lot of makeups. And then you have to, reach, try to a little bit generous. Then you become that. You have long life. Try to save any beings alive. Then you want to born again the human being. Then keep the morality rule. Morality. Okay? That's it. Any questions? Any short questions? Not too long questions. Yeah.
In Tibetan, the book we are studying is called lam-rim. What means lam-rim?
Lam is path.
Path.
Rim is step by step. Lam-rim. Okay? The step, what lam? What path? Go Buddhahood path. Step by step. Not go to New York, not go to the India. Path go to Buddhahood. Step by step. Okay? Then? Okay. Then if no question, my job is finished. You practice not your job. Okay? Okay, thank you. Shambhala. Thank you.
So we dedicate prayers, page 39 for the Thanksgiving mandala. So far. Saji puki chushi meto tram rirab ling jini de gyan padi sangye jindu mete uwagi drogonam jingla chupa sho je sun lame kutse rab tenching nam katrin le chok chu ke padang lo san tan pedron me sa sum gi dro we mun sel tak tu ne gyu shi gi Mandalakam Nirathayami. From my 2 collections, vast space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds, wisdom, eyes blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for my life's Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means, drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread, or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness innate. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time, by even this graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practice in the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain